What's going on, boxing fans of the channel? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. As you can see who I got on my screen, I got Jaron Ennis. And today I'm going to be talking about Jaron Ennis versus Teofimo Lopez, a fight that is supposedly in discussion and almost being finalized. Like people said, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Nah, today we're going to talk about the elephant in the boxing ring. This fight that I'm talking about. First of all, Turki Al-Ashiki has stated that there's talks about this fight almost being finalized, and the fight will be taking place at 147, and it's Jaron Ennis versus Teofimo, the Takeover Lopez. I want to start off by saying that I listened to Tim Bradley's critique on the fight, how Tim Bradley said he thinks that Teofimo Lopez will beat Jaron Ennis, and how Teofimo Lopez is actually better than Jaron Ennis at 147. And I want to start off by saying that's his opinion. I have a whole totally different opinion. First of all, I'm going to make some points that I feel why. You see the guy that I have on your screen right here, Jaron Ennis with his hand raised. That's how the fight would end between him and Teofimo Lopez, with Jaron Ennis having his hand raised. And I feel that Jaron Ennis could possibly stop Teofimo Lopez. Even though I lean more towards the fight going to 12 rounds, I think Teofimo Lopez, he might get caught with a big shot. He might get dropped. But I've seen people survive fights with Jaron Ennis. And if I'm referring to a fight, I'll be talking about Cameron Chazeskin. He fought Boots twice, and he was able to go 12 rounds with Boots, even though Boots was able to hurt him badly, especially in the second round, drop him, and he had more success in the second fight than he did in the first fight against Boots. But nonetheless, Boots came out victorious, and Boots put the beats on that boy. So first of all, I'm gonna start off by saying, to me, Boots is a superstar in the making. He could fight orthodox. He could fight southpaw. He has power in both hands. He has been able to wipe out anybody that he fought at 147 pounds. If he doesn't finish them, he drops them. He beats them up badly. We have not even seen Boots get hurt. And Boots has taken clean punches from every opponent. His last fight, it really solidified me. Like, okay, this guy is really a true superstar. The Karen fight, I seen Karen didn't want to engage as much. I seen Boots be able to drop him. They were going back and forth. And Boots in his last two fights before his last fight, which was the fight with Karen Chazeskin and with David Avanesian, he was getting caught. He got caught. He was still able to do a good job. He got caught clean. He got caught more than usual. He got caught for too much for my liking. It was like, okay, Boots, you letting yourself get hit with a lot of dumb shots that I know that you can avoid. But then in his last fight against Emmanuel Stanionis, the way he was able to put Emmanuel Stanionis away, like if he was nothing, like if Emmanuel Stanionis didn't have a belt at 147 and wasn't undefeated, that was amazing. Even though I know a lot of people going to say, well, Emmanuel Stanionis was out of the ring for a long time. Doesn't matter. Boots made him look like he was an easy opponent. Like it was no sweat to him. Boots, even when they interviewed him after the fight, Boots kept saying, you know what? I wanted to get him out of there even earlier. But his father told him, take your time. You're breaking him down. And that's what he did. He broke him down and was able to stop him. He was able to stop him in the corner. They threw in the towel. They said, no, let's stop this fight. It's over. Now, Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez was a sensational fight at 135. I remember Teofimo Lopez when he beat Loma. I remember him getting the knockout, stopping Comey, or the knockout against Mason Menard. That Teofimo at 135, that Teofimo had one of the greatest right hands I ever seen. His power, his speed, his IQ in the ring. But then once Teofimo lost to Kambosos, I feel we haven't gotten that old Teofimo. Teofimo has definitely came back and avenge his losses because he was able to beat Josh. He was able to get the title at 140. He was able to get the title at 140 and prove, he was doubting himself. He even said it after the fight. What's up, guys? Do I still got it? Now, after that, he's had a couple of lackluster fights. The fight with Jermaine O'Neal, a lot of people was feeling like, you know what? We didn't like that fight. We felt like it could have gone either way. It wasn't too, And the fight with Sandoval Martin, where he got dropped. A lot of people felt like, yo, that fight with Sandoval Martin could have gone either way again. He's not the Teofimo that I feel like we've seen from before. But has he shown that, he could pull off victories? Yeah, he's shown that he still belongs in there. His last fight against Arnold Barboza was a good win. He was able to do what he did. It was a decisive victory. He was able to beat Arnold Barboza. But you can't compare Arnold Barboza to the likes of Boots. Boots is a different type of fighter. When I mean different, he's right there on the cusp of being a superstar. I always say it. Boots reminds me of a younger Crawford. Boots reminds me of a younger Crawford. A little bit more flashier. He's a little more flashier. And honestly, if they're fighting, in my opinion, Boots might stop him late. I could see Boots stopping him. Especially the way Boots is able to throw punches and be a real quick counter puncher. He goes to the body good, power in both hands. He switches. When he's attacking to the body, he'll switch to one side and hit you with an uppercut. He'll switch to the other side, hit you with an uppercut with the other hand. I could see Boots really hurting Teofimo Lopez. But at the same time, I give credit because I feel Teofimo Lopez might be able to survive 12 rounds. He might be able to just go 12 rounds, but it's not going to be he's not going to go 12 rounds without getting at least some type of knockdown, getting hurt. He's going to go through a lot of difficulties in the fight against a person like Boots. Like I said, I'm giving Teofimo because I feel Teofimo has good footwork. He has decent defense. He has good defense. It's not the greatest, but he has good defense. He has nice, good head movements. You see him when he's in his flow state and he's moving his head, he's moving around. But to be honest, the problem is what's going to happen once Boots doesn't respect Teofimo's power. Teofimo's power isn't the same as it was when he was 135 as it is in 140. Now to go up to 147, and all of a sudden he's going up against the best 147 pounder. That's why there's weight classes for a reason. And I can see Boots after a while, because we all know, like I said, Boots, he gets hit. And once Boots gets hit and he doesn't respect your power, he's going to try to walk through you. He's going to take your best shot to see if you could take his best shot. And he'll land 3 or 4, 5 punches in a row. And I don't feel like Teofimo could stand there toe-to-toe and take those type of punches from a fighter like Boots Ennis. So in my opinion, I don't think this is a smart fight for Teo. I think that Boots Ennis probably stops him late. Probably goes 12-round decision to Boots. I see if Teofimo even wins a round, I'll say he probably wins 2 rounds the most. Because I could see Boots probably take his foot off the gas pedal and, give away 2 rounds, 2 fill-out rounds, probably just work on different things. But I honestly feel like this is not a good fight for Teofimo Lopez. I got Boots beating him badly. It's boxing, and I understand Teofimo could possibly, pull out a win. Teofimo could possibly hurt Boots, which I highly doubt. Because I've seen fighters at 147 who are power punchers who can't hurt Boots. And I've seen Teofimo Lopez at 140 not have the same power as he had when he was 135. So in my opinion, I think this is an easy fight for Boots. The fight that I would like for Boots next would be the Brian Norman Jr. I think that's an exciting fight. I still think Boots beats Brian Norman Jr. And I think Teofimo Lopez, he has unfinished business with George Kambosos. I would like to see him rematch George Kambosos. I would like to see him against a Rolly Romero. I would like to see Teofimo Lopez against a Ryan Garcia or even a Gervonta Davis if he could go down to 135. That's my take on this. Please comment. Please like. Let me know who you think wins this fight. And if you agree, you could comment you agree. But please like, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching my video.